Hi guys, welcome to another analytics tutorial. This one's about um, statistics. Some people use statistics for a variety of reasons. What we're going to look at here is some of the files that will help you get through these statistics both visually and via descriptive statistics that I provide in part of the files. So in here, if you're familiar with my Quant Labs, the membership, for Python course, you know I talk about this file or table that's found in the database of, let's say, Redis if you're using it. These are the um, pairs that end up on my watch list. Now, all the things I'm going to show you would end up here, and this is where they come from. So I have certain conditions that have to be met to get onto this watch list. They come and go based upon market conditions and these different conditions. So what I'm about to show you is from last night and a bunch of normally distributed pairs at that time. So there's a couple of things that we can take away from. First, we have, I've taken statistics in university, high school, all that. It's pretty important. I wouldn't put this a lot of stress on this, but some people do. I mean, it is very valid based upon historical pricing moves and if they're negative or positive. So we have our descriptive statistics, which can be found in these text files, and the normally distributed um, returns. So these are all the returns for these pairs. So these are hourly moves of Atom. You can see BSV. You can see link, chain link, and they're equally distributed. But when you get something like this, so here along this right here is the zero move. So each hourly move, if you get more distributed returns on this side versus this side, you know you have much higher probability of having negative moves on an hourly basis because there's more of them here in this chart. So is that a good coin to trade because on the probability that chances are there's more negative with of having a negative move versus a positive move, again, on an hourly basis with something like NEO BTC. Here, you can somewhat see it's fairly, with Link Ethereum, it's fairly a slight few more positive returns. Here with Link Chainlink against Bitcoin, slight more negative moves. So again, it's not just about the coin, but it's against which coin as well it's trading against. So you might be better to trade Chainlink, um, just historically again, to trade Chainlink in Ethereum because there's a slighter higher percent of having more positive returns versus negative returns, as you can see here in Bitcoin. And you can probably say the same thing about BSV, Atom against BTC. Here you have a slight more positive with positive returns. Here with BSV against BTC, it seems to be evenly distributed. So that's one important thing that you can take away. So here you can clearly see, as I said, that NEO has much higher probability of being negative versus positive returns. Same with NEO, just overall. So that means, should you allow NEO to be traded because it will have a negative position? But you can see the importance of these type of charts. Meanwhile, here we have XRP. We do have a few more negative movers, but just lately, the historical says, well, you got a much higher percentage of positive returns on an hourly basis, so you might be better on average to trade XRP BTC. And same here with XTC and BTC, where there's a slight higher percent chance of XBTC. So just looking at these pairs right here, you can somewhat say, well, why would I want to trade some of these, especially NEO and other ones that are only going to give me a 50% chance of a positive return? Meanwhile, when you look at XRP, which is Ripple against BTC, you have a much higher percentage of opportunity to trade um, XRP against BTC with a much higher probability of getting positive returns. So you could write a whole bot or strategy based on this, just on this, and just trade just among these coin selections. Only trade XRP, BTC, and when that opportunity comes, trade it because you'll have a higher percentage of getting profit. I mean, this is the raw data you get off of the exchange from Binance, and these are historical pricing moves over a recent amount of time. So really important information there. Now here, you could say the same thing on the descriptive. So on the average closing price, you have here more negative. And there's a whole slew. I'm not going to get into these. You can see here, here's the maximum upper closing. The one thing I think that's more important to look out for from the descriptive stats is this right here. Over this data set, which gives you a higher probability. You can see it in the chart, which give you negative moves, higher number of negative moves versus positive moves. So you can tell here that you have more negative moves than you do with positive moves. Just that alone should be enough to say, well, chances are I'll have a negative moving pair against me when I put on the position. So keep that in mind with the stats. These are kind of helpful, and that's why I have them here. And now, that, as I said, these get updated every hour. So if you study these, they'll be really helpful because not a lot of trading gurus give you this information. All right, we'll talk to you later. Hopefully those of you find this very helpful. Later.